Hello again. This is LA Dan. Rashida is upset. Rashida, why do you give a shit about Kevin Hart? Oh, because now you're accusing him of copying comedian hype because he wants to do a podcast kind of like what they do? You mean like you taking darkism and all you did was just take colorism and put a different name to it and say that you're the only one that ever talked about it? And nobody else started talking about it until you did? You mean that kind of stuff? Rashida? Because right after you started talking about it, then you started about all the people that stole from you. And didn't start talking about it until after you. Which I still don't buy. And I don't think anybody in the black community does either. Because if they did, you'd have a bigger following. But then again, every time you go on YouTube, you prove the point about what dark-skinned women do. And then you always want to take it and say that, until the dark-skinned women lead everybody into victory and racism and all that stuff, black people aren't going to go anyplace, Rashida? Really? I don't think anybody buys that bullshit either. But then you want to take it and say, well, you want to bring up Tiffany Hattis and that she's not funny. Now, I got to be honest, I don't know anything much about Tiffany Hattis. But you're wanting to say Kevin Hart took and endorsed her. Well, so what? Oh, because he didn't endorse Monique? Because of colorism? Or darkism? Again, it's a bullshit fucking opinion. Kind of like when you want to talk about his ex-wife that's dark, and his new wife is light-skinned. But you think that he should have stayed with his dark-skinned wife? You don't know what happened in that man's life. Why he divorced her? And why he married... married his current light-skinned wife. I want to bring up something that you seem to want to forget about you dating a light-skinned man. But it's a problem when Kevin Hart does it. See, you was married to a dark-skinned man, and you divorced him. And then now you're going with a light-skinned man. But it's a problem that Kevin Hart's going with married a light-skinned woman. See, this is confusing to me. You can do that stuff. But it's a problem that Kevin Hart did it. And that Kevin Hart endorsed a light skinned woman, probably because he liked her, in his opinion. But not a dark skin. Oh, you forgot. I forgot. I apologize. You have somebody that in Hollywood that explained it all to you. That one person knows everything about what Hollywood does. I forgot. I apologize for that. I mean, you know more than anybody about what goes on in Hollywood because you have a friend there. And your friend told you everything that goes on there and about the parties and about what happens there. I apologize. I forgot about that. Call bullshit on that theory too. All you got to do is turn on TV and watch it and see what's going on. It doesn't take somebody with a master's degree in political science to see that. Damn, Rashida. Oh my God. There's just all these light-skinned women there. Except for the ones that I see as all dark-skinned. I guess I missed something in that. Oh, and you're the real black woman. Compared to what? Rashida? You mean the other black women are not real? Did they paint themselves that color and then call themselves real? I'm confused. Is that what's going on? Maybe that's what's going on in Hollywood. They're making them black, making women blacker. I don't think so. Again, call bullshit on that. And then, you want to brag about you got this long hair. Nappy hair is what you said. Well, if it's that long, why do you got that other yarn in it? I'm confused. If you want to say you're all natural and everything, why would you put more yarn in it? Why would just not have your own hair? I mean, that's what you're always saying, you're natural. Oh. I don't understand. My O's are O's of... I don't understand what you're saying. When you start putting in that other yarn in your hair and you play with it all the time. Why can't you play with your own hair? Why do you got to put somebody else's hair in your hair? Is it to make it look thicker or something? I don't get it. If you want long hair like that, just grow it. That I don't understand, Rashida. Oh, and you're back into people stealing from you, and Lapita stole from you. Lapita uses all your content. Lapita never started talking about it until after you. Now, I think I've said this before, but I'm going to have to go check out this Lapita. She sounds intriguing. But I still call bullshit on the conversation that you say that you're the first one to ever talk about, when I believe it's always been there. I really do. Because the other people that I talk to say that they've talked about it. And I've talked to people that are older than you, that are my age and older, and said they've talked about it when they were kids. So putting a different name on there and saying it's all yours is bullshit. And again, you still don't want to join up with anybody. You want everybody to join up with you. And again, I think you're better off to look at the marketing skills that the other people have that are working, because yours is not working. But you don't like listening to people. And that's really obvious by the way that you live. You know, you don't own that house that I know of. So I don't quite understand everything. You know, and then, you know, you want to talk about that you went out with this millionaire and he paid for everything after your divorce for a couple of years, but you couldn't stand to be around him anymore, or whatever the fuck happened there. But apparently he didn't teach you anything. He just give you shit, and you didn't really care because he was just buying you stuff. And that's all you cared about. See, I have a problem with that too. See, somebody with a master's degree in political science and shit, you know, and then you always wanting to bring up Africa. Well, I want to remind you, Rashida, you don't live in Africa. You live in the United States. Two different cultures. Two different likes, two different ways of living, different economy. Everything's different. People are raised different in both countries. And then you still want to bring out, you know, that Africa, you know, the men there like the darker women. And you still can't find any proof either way. Well, you still can't say that that's what the men there want. And I always want to say, prove me wrong, when you can't even prove yourself right. And then you want to say, talk about Obama and Michelle Obama, how he put her in the White House, and how he was the president of the United States with a black woman. and everything. And that's the way black men should do. Saying that a light-skinned man took it and did that for a black woman. Well, no, I don't think so. Because if you look at what Obama did in the 8 years that he was in office, he did absolutely nothing for the black community. In fact, I think he did more damage to it than he did good. And that's just my opinion. Because I really did expect him to help the black community and kept waiting for him to do it, but he never did. And that's from a cracker looking at it, going, yeah, he's going to help the black community when he gets in there. And I waited for 8 years and never seen him do it. But I did see him help out the LGBTQ XYZ community, but not the black community. And you see, when Neptune's fans comes in there and talks to you about his light-skinned girlfriend, you get all kinds of upset at him. But you have a light-skinned boyfriend. You know, but you say that that's a problem that Neptune's has a light-skinned girlfriend while having a light-skinned boyfriend. What's the difference? I don't see the difference. Maybe this bread-colored cracker don't understand that. I don't get it. Then you want to give the examples of, Denzel Washington having a black-skinned lady and all that. And I have some other notes here, but I think I've made my point. Again, about everything that you say that comes out of your mouth about the racism that you go out of your way to find and create in your own mind, and the double standards that you have. Anyway, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and leave a comment. This is L8N signing out.